Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and safety to all the Akim out there pushing his truth throughout the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect out there. This is the brother W coming back at you with another one. And Yahweh Shai, he's going to, he's going to judge this place, he's not, he's not pleased with the wickedness that has taken place here on this earth, you know, and in the land of of America, you know, that wine that Babylon has has uh has got, the world and these other nations to drink, you know. So the Lord is gonna come back and, you know, and get his revenge. He's gonna get his revenge for what was done unto him, when he walked the earth, how he was falsely accused, beaten, um, tortured and mocked, and for, what Esau and these other nations have done to the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are, which consist of 12 tribes, and, are the chosen people of the Lord. So, with so many things happening now, with all these prophecies, slowly being fulfilled, Yahweh Shai is getting ready, for payback, you know, and this is what we can't wait, this is what, we hope for, because with that judgment, with that fury that he's coming with, salvation is also coming for the hopeful elect. So this is Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, and let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is upon all nations, his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. So the Lord is coming back to destroy, to destroy these nations. Esau has to catch it, for their wickedness. These other nations are gonna catch it for having a hand, in Esau's wickedness. And then, 2/3 of our people are gonna catch it, for not coming back to their true power, for following the way of the heathen, for being wicked. Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. So, it's going to be a great slaughter, on that day. So like it says, in 1 hour, it's only going to take Yahweh Shai 1 hour to destroy, Babylon, which is America, and also, to judge the rest of these other nations, you know and he's coming with his chariots, the ICBMs, and just his just his power, controls everything. So many things are going to so many things are going to be happening. The angels, Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled up together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So, the Lord is going to use, these nuclear weapons. He's going to use Esau's sword against him, and those missiles, those ICBMs, like the the way that they destroy, and it's amazing. I was watching and finished watching it, but I was watching the latest Mission Impossible movie, and there's like a scene where, Tom Cruise is looking through some type of like AI technology, and this AI technology is kind of showing him, what's gonna happen. And you just see like cities just get wiped out, you know? And you see these in a lot of these movies. Those ICBM missiles, they're no joke, you know? Once they impact, like the radius of destruction that it causes is crazy. And that's why the Lord, says like no one is gonna escape this judgment, you know. Obviously not everyone on earth is going to perish, but we do know for a fact that, the land of Israel and America, those places are going to be cleansed with fire, and America is never going to be inhabited again. There's going to be no no type of life, nothing but desert creatures are gonna inhabit that land, and that just shows you how polluted it is, how wicked it is, that the Lord is not even gonna want to make use of that landmass again. Verse 6, the sword the sword of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. A great slaughter is coming to America. Yeah, people ain't gonna see it coming. That's why we're out here warning. We're warning Jake. We're trying to tell our people, to you know to get up out of that mind state, that mindset, follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai, don't, all these things that, America, likes to push, the riches, the lavish lifestyle, making it to the top, all that stuff is is of no use, because it's all going to be burnt up. It's all going to be burnt up. This is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So people really think that who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, which his name is Yahweh Shai, is gonna come, is coming back to save everyone, and that all could be saved, you know. And so it's gonna catch gonna catch people, so many people off guard when they see the way Yahweh Shai is gonna get down. You know, they don't talk about these precepts in the church. You know, they don't talk about the anger of the Lord. All they like to do is push, you know, this happy, you know, joyful kind of mood when when Yahweh Shai is not coming back. No, he's coming, he's mad. You know, he is upset. You got to think about it. The son of the Most High is pissed, and he's coming back to fuck shit up. You know, and he's not coming alone. He's coming with his chariots. You know that when people see are gonna bug out. You know, he's coming back with his angels that are just they're just gonna terrify people. And you just think of like the prophets of old who have been greeted by angels. They fell to their feet. You know, and you could just imagine you know that aura and that that aura and that energy that comes off of the angels of the Lord and off of Yahweh Shah himself. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So many people are gonna perish in that day. Many. It says like a time like never before. You know, and then Yahweh Shai is gonna you know use Esau's own weapon against them. Their greatest weapon. You know, their arsenal, which is the ICBM missiles, and they're gonna land over on American soil and in very other places of the world. We don't know where it's gonna get hit. Not only America is gonna get hit by ICBMs. I would think that other places are gonna get hit as well. This is Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, is near. It's close. It's coming. You see the signs. It's approaching. Things are heating up. Things are getting exciting. You know, the AI technology is taking over. You know, the financial system is is buckling down. That MOTB. It's almost here. These wars and rumors of wars are happening on a daily. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is near. It is near. It hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of distress, a day of wasteness, a day of desolation, a day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of clouds, a day of thick darkness. So there's nothing about this day is, if you're not of the elect, nothing about this day is great. It's all bad. Only the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai would see that in the midst of all this, that it is a great day. It's a day of salvation, a day of peace, a day of meeting our Savior, finally. Verse 16, the day of the trumpet, the alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, and he shall make even a speedy riddance of them that dwell in the land. So, the Lord's not going to waste no time. The Lord's mad. The Lord's mad that, all these false idols, and things have been put above him. And only the elect will come back into remembrance of who the true power really is. And that's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So the Lord's not going to be playing around. So it's Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud and all that do wickedly shall be stubble in the day that cometh, shall burn them up, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And that's the thing, like what you have, your riches, like it says, jumping back to Zephaniah, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in that day. None of that shit matters. Yeah, we need it, Yeah, we need it to pay our bills, buy our food, right now. But it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to obtain salvation. That's the real, this word, that's the real, that's the real riches, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures is what the real gold and silver is, because that is what's going to get us through, this terrible day, and the time leading up to Yahweh Shai's great return. Because we're going to go through it. Some of us are going to be put to death. Some of us are going to be tortured in camps. Some of us are just going to be alone. But the Lord is going to be with us. He's going to perform miraculous things in order for his elect to make it through unto the end. And we pray that we're of the elect, Lord willing. 2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also that works that therein shall be burnt up. So this is gonna catch a lot of people off guard. And the prophets have been warning you. We've been warning you daily, weekly, monthly. Our apostles have been doing this work for decades, warning Jake of what is to come. So, if you don't get right, you're going to be judged. You're going to be caught up in that fire. And you don't want to be caught up in that fire. Definitely don't want to be caught up in that fire, because that's going to be a scary, scary scene. So, that's going to do it for this lesson. Like, we have all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Lord willing, until the next one, Shalom.